What's up, everyone? So remember Cardio Confessions? It's kind of what built this channel. Well, it's back because I'm doing cardio again. It's beautiful outside, but we ain't gonna do it in a treadmill room. Well, we might sometimes when it rains. We're gonna do it right here. Now, the treadmill is an issue because it's a very echoey room. Beautiful thing is the great outdoors, great state of Tennessee. Got my golden doodles with me. So basically, we'll talk about what's on my mind when I wake up. And you know, I actually saw a great post from Alan Aragon. And Alan Aragon basically had a meme of, you know, basically a nerd saying that you need X RIR, which is reps in reserve, or you're never going to make gains. And then, of course, there was a guy who was jacked who's like, you know, I just lift. If I'm having a good day, I lift really hard. I back off if I'm not having a good day. And, you know, I make it happen that way. So the thing is basically instinctual lifting, right? So, you know, the thing is we've come so far in science. So far. We know about reps in reserve. We know that going beyond failure might not necessarily create stimulus that'll make you grow more muscle. We know that it might actually hinder progress. We know a lot of things. We know that you can do 20 rep sets, and as long as you go to about 2 to 3 reps in reserve, whether you do 6 reps, 8 reps, 12 reps, or 20 reps, you're still going to get similar hypertrophy gains. This is talking about hypertrophy, not simply, not just strength. So we know all this stuff now, which is great. But let's be fucking real. Like, let's be honest. Let's be 100% honest. Most people aren't making gains, not because they have reps in reserve, or not because they're going to failure. Most people aren't making gains because they're not consistent. Most people aren't making gains because they're not going to the gym. Most people aren't making gains because they're on their fucking cell phone the whole goddamn time they're training. It's not about reps in reserve for most people. It's not about going to failure. It's not about upper body versus lower body versus push-pull legs versus body part splits. It's not about any of that. I want you to go to any gym. Not necessarily like a Carbon Culture or a Metro Flex where people are serious, right? I want you to go to Lifetime. I want you to go to LA Fitness. I want you to go to any of those mainstream gyms. I want you to go to Planet Fitness, right? At the end of the day, most folks, even the people who are trying to get jacked, they train like fucking pussies. You know, that's the issue. The reason people aren't making gains and get disappointed in their results is because they train like fucking pussies. They go to the gym. They're afraid of that they're overtraining. They're afraid of, you know, going whatever. Or maybe they go too hard. I don't know. Most of the time when I go to the gym, motherfuckers joking around between sets, which is fine. I joke around between sets. When it's time for my set, I get it fucking done. Motherfuckers doing all that, right? They're texting. They're talking. They're on their fucking phone. They're on their phone more than they're in the goddamn weight bench. They're in the phone more than they're on the goddamn squat rack. It's disturbing. And you're going to get all fucking, well, you need your RIR. Notice how, other than jacked guys like Mike Israetel, a lot of these guys, Israetel's in shape. That dude's huge. I competed with him in Masters USA. That dude's smart. But again, his videos, they get hundreds of thousands of views, right? Huge channel. Fucking great guy. I want you to subscribe to him now. I watch all his videos. So here's the thing. His videos, I learned so much from Mike Israetel. What a smart guy. But here's the thing. He has, let's say he gets 60,000 views. Maybe 150 people who watch it actually train hard enough for it to even matter. RIR? RIR? It should be TIR, texts in reserve. Nobody really trains hard. You know, you come to the gym, you come to my gym, you watch Felix and myself train. You know, we're going in. We're going hard. We're making it happen. But I go to most gyms and people are just fucking sitting down. They're chilling. They're talking. They're having a good time. And that's great. We all need social hour. But if you're looking at microscopically increasing gains and being optimal, dude, at the end of the day, here's what I think. I think you go to the gym with a plan, okay? Even me at this stage of training, I believe I'm 28 years or 29 years in. Started at 13, I'm 41. But I'm getting up there. I'm near 42, right? So you get to that level. Even me, I go to the gym, I know what I'm going to do. Like today is chest day. and I feel like moving dumbbells. So I'm going to start out with unilateral movements. I'm going to do unbalanced unilateral chest press. Then I'm going to do isometric hold bench press. Then I'm going to do straight up dumbbell bench press. That might be my day, right? Then I'll do some sled pulls and sled pushes. See, I have a plan. You need to go to the gym and know that you need what you want to do. And you want to set a time goal too. Okay, so if you have this workout, but you're taking all this time, you're sitting there, you're texting between sets. Oh, well, Marc, they said that you need optimally 2 to 3 minutes between sets. Bro, come on. Are you really going to fucking have a stopwatch between sets? How fun is that? I'm going to time between sets. That just sounds like it's not going to be fun. Like when I train, I want it to be fun. This is my time. This is when I have me time. I don't want me time to include a fucking stopwatch. You know when you do your next set, you know how much rest you need between sets? When you're fucking ready. How do you know you're fucking ready? You just fucking know. You just fucking know. This doesn't hurt so bad. I can breathe again. Oh, it's time for my fucking set. No, motherfuckers be like, it's only been 59 seconds. Gotta wait another second for the prescription. No, I write programs and I do rest periods. Usually for rest periods, the reason I put them in is because everybody fucking asks about it. And then when you answer them, you're like, how long do I take between sets? As long as it takes, what does that mean? Well, when you feel like you do set, well, what does that mean? I'm fucking 60 seconds. Just fucking. So I guess optimally, if you're looking at science, for powerlifting, 2 to 3 minutes. I just did an article or video on this, right? 2 to 3 minutes. I don't fucking time shit. You know, by the time, what I like to do is, let's say I do a set of leg press. Between that set of leg press, you got 2 to 3 minutes, and studies have shown that if you do a superset or a different muscle, it doesn't affect your recovery for that given muscle. Your strength goes down for that next set, but not significantly versus if you didn't do it. So if I do a set of leg press, being that my arms are the weak part, right? If I do a set of leg press, I'll do a set of tricep extensions, change the weight. There's your fucking 2 minutes. You're getting double the workload. You're getting more frequency on that muscle that you're training. You know, if I'm doing, let's say, I might throw in a back movement the next one. I'm not going to failure. I'm just hitting it, getting a little activity, staying active. But then I go and hit that working muscle. But I mean, why am I even going into that? Because it just shows you that that's not the plan. Like, nobody's going to write that fucking down, right? Nobody's going to be like, oh, this is what you do. This is what you need to do. You got to do a set of tricep extensions between leg press. But here's the thing. A lot of these guys, you know, you're taking fucking advice from. You know, a lot of these science guys, these fucking nerds, you know, they're not pros. Like, you don't see a lot of these pros. The pros go in, they eat their food. I'm not even talking about the drug guys, the natural guys. And they go in, and I've trained with these guys, even the guys who follow the science. They don't have stopwatches with them. They go in, they eat their food, they train their fucking ass off, they lift heavy, and they go home. So, I mean, you need to know this science. It gives you an idea. But basically, nobody ever got jacked overthinking gravity. Nobody ever got jacked overthinking gravity. At the end of the way, Planet Fitness is right. You pick the weights up, you put the weights down. You lift until you feel like, reps are slowing down. Okay, I'm near failure, I'm gonna stop now. Because you don't really need to go beyond failure. However, I go beyond failure. Why? Because I fucking do. Because I'm a bodybuilder. It's what we fucking do. We've been doing it forever. Mentally, physically, I think there's something to it. Now, I'm not saying every set you take to failure. Shit, Dorian Yates' entire bodybuilding system was built on one set to failure, beyond failure. And he did more in bodybuilding than anybody. Anybody telling you not to go to failure. Well, it doesn't matter. He was on steroids. So are the rest of these guys. We're all on steroids. Everybody's on steroids. Except Helms and Nunez. Y'all ain't on steroids. But again, I've trained with Helms. No, I'm sorry. I've never trained with Helms. I've trained around Nunez. We guest posed together back in the day. Dude, I'm sure he does all the RIRs and all that stuff. We trained. We just had fun and trained. There's a time and place. Good time to stop now. I got to pick up some poop. Sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, click on the notification bell. Cardio Confessions. Let's try to do this thing daily. That's not a game. training intensity is everything. If you want to build muscle, if you want to get better, if you want to go hard, you need to train intense. A lot of pre-workouts, they get you intense. But then what happens? You crash. A lot of pre-workouts, they give you the pump, but then what happens? It wears off. A lot of pre-workouts, they'll give you all that stuff, but it doesn't add to your endurance. I want to be able to lift heavy. I want to be able to feel the pump. I want veins bulging from every single part of my body. I want to lift heavier weights every single time. I want to run farther. I want to run faster. I want to push harder, and I want to get bigger, stronger, and faster. And that's why I created Clash 3D. This pre-workout is next level, featuring 3D pump, Vasodrive AP, and a lot of other epic ingredients. Guys, this is the pre-workout that you need to take your workouts and your performance and your physique to the next level.